Alex, you're chasing the story about Governor Christie and the fact that his poll numbers are looking much better now across the board nationally and specifically in New Hampshire. Not so much in South Carolina. What do you got?
Well, Governor Chris Christie's campaign is gaining steam, helped out by the Manchester Union leaders' endorsement of him in the fall, and his poll numbers are increasing in New Hampshire. But what happens next? So the New Hampshire primary is February 9th of 2016. 11 days later, there's a primary in South Carolina. They're very proud of their first in the South primary. How's Christie doing there? Not so great. The latest polls taken before the Christmas break for campaigning shows Christie at anywhere between 1% and at the tops 6% in South Carolina. We brought in Lin Bennett, former host of the radio show Right Wing Dixie Chicks and a former first vice president of the South Carolina GOP to ask, how's Christie resonating in South Carolina?
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here. He's not resonating, and he's a great guy. We all like him. Anybody that's ever met him finds him to be very personable, but it's a very conservative state, and I don't think most of the conservatives here feel like Chris Christie is as conservative.
So what more are South Carolinian conservatives looking for in a candidate?
Well, I can tell you that whenever Chris Christie comes up in a conversation, the biggest discussion is hugging the president 5 days before a national election, and a lot of people feel like
It wasn't even a hug.
Obama.
It was a strong, firm handshake.
And I know that it sounds strange, but perception's everything.
Man, you Southerners are tough, I'll tell you. He's never going to escape that hug. The hug that wasn't even really a hug. But what about Trump, though? What about Trump gives him this commanding lead in South Carolina? Many would argue he's not all that conservative if you look at his record.
I cannot understand if you're looking at someone's record, for example, Donald's against Chris Christie's, why you would think Donald is a more conservative than Chris Christie. People are angry. They're frustrated. They're afraid. And I think that Donald feeds that. And the other Republican candidates need to listen to it because they are concerned. They are very concerned.
Just objectively speaking, do you think it's fair to pin an entire presidential campaign on a sort of kind of hug that was really a handshake?
No, I don't think it's fair, but it's reality. It's what people see.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon.